Sample bias. What is it? Today we have two main objectives. What is sampling bias? And free sampling bias examples. And then for these free examples, what are they? And can you give a brief overview of the free examples? The definition of sampling bias. In an experiment, when psychologists don't choose their samples randomly, this can create what's known as a sample bias, causing more focus on some parts of the population than others. This may cause the participants to be too similar, meaning the results gathered from this experiment may not be generalizable to the rest of the population. An example of a study done on sampling bias could be Sears, 1986. He found that over 2/3 of research performed at universities used only students as participants. Sears says that using university students creates problems based on three aspects of university students. Number one, they have a strong need for peer approval. Number two, they are pre-selected for competence and cognitive skills. Number three, they are more egocentric, which means they care more about their ego than adults. Heinrich, Hein, and Lorenzian, 2010. Heinrich, Hein, and Lorenzian analyzed psychological research studies and found that 67% of American psychological research uses undergraduate university students as participants. Even more importantly, 96% of this research comes from only 12% of the world's population. And is this data reliable, and can it really represent all of the population? Arnall and Vion, 2016. In Cardiff University, Arnall and Vion collected data from over 6,000 students from 50 countries. They found that there were a large difference between students from different countries. The results from this experiment showed that New Zealand highly respected the elderly, while Australia did not. And in China, students showed more confidence in political institutions as opposed to the general public, while the opposite was found in Germany. In the USA, students found dishonest behaviors and crimes, such as robbery, more justifiable than the public, whereas Indians did not do this. Arnall and Vion said these results further support the claims that generalizing from students in the general public in both personal and social psychology is problematic, at least while we do not know what predicts these differences. Why do psychologists still use student sampling if they know there's sample bias? First of all, it's very convenient, as due to the fact that so much of psychological research takes place in universities, it's much easier to use students. By doing this, it saves time and effort, as universities require psychology students to take part in studies anyway, and it also saves money as advertising is not required to find participants. Now, you can try some questions for yourself. In 20 words or less, summarize the definition of sample bias. Which of these examples of sample bias, using university studies samples to research about university studying times in relation to grades, or using children to research about stress at work in relation to food you eat during lunch, or using monkeys to research about the average age of death in relation to the hours of sleep per week, are examples of sample bias?